I'll answer that later. Net annual cost to the homeowners is $36,000 approximately. That is included in your current annual dues. That comes down per household, 1,965 households. That's about $1,850 included in your current annual dues. What is it, $562? Included in that $562, you write a check for every year. $18, $19 of that pays for the River Club already. Has been for 5 years at least. Next slide. So we took a look at the three options. What are they going to cost to operate? What we found was option A, this negative 366 right here, we found that it'll actually probably cost less to operate. Because first of all, it'll have insulation in the walls, which the old one didn't. HVAC systems are much more efficient now. We have every intention, we're not going to go for a LEED certification, but we have every intention to build this as green as we absolutely possibly can and can afford. Option B is only slightly more. Notice I have the elevator service in there. You have to pay an elevator guy to come out and service your elevator every year. That maybe goes away if we can, get the wheelchair thing. Per household, option A would cost, in operating costs, $2 more a year, annually. So A, equal to or less than what we had there before. It's the same footprint. It's more usable square footage. Option B is about another $4 to operate it, which is, in my opinion, kind of insignificant in the scheme of things. Next slide, please. Okay, so the bottom line. This estimated cost, hard and soft, you saw this number before a couple slides ago, that right at $1 million. There has been $613,000 earmarked in the $4 million line of credit that is, I honestly don't know the status of. It's pretty soon. They're about to pull the trigger on it. There's end of August. Thank you, Bob. So at the end of August, we're going to pull the trigger on a $4 million line of credit that's to pay for the dam, the River Club, and there's some seawalls and stuff around the lake that they're also included in there. And I don't know those breakdowns. You back that 613 out, and then I have the insurance settlement here. I have not included in this. The reason being is we don't have any idea what we're going to get back yet. They have given us an embarrassing offer that Richard is pushing back. We've helped with that some. We think it's worth something. The insurance company wants something a lot less than that. It looks like it's going to be a very protracted settlement process. So we'll get the money eventually, but we can't count on it for this. So maybe one day that's a windfall, but it's not going to be included in our numbers for now. So where that comes down to for option A is the balance needed is $470,000, $472,000. Next slide. Now, how are we going to pay for that? Next slide. This is what I just showed you on the last slide. Funding options. There's two ways of going about this. There's a special assessment. Everybody's familiar with what that is. That $471,000 equates to $240 one time. Annual dues increase, and that's prorated over 5 years. Not every year, but one time, prorated over 5 years, is $48. That includes all development and operating costs. So the $2 or so that I said was in there for the operating costs or whatever, that's in that 48. Next slide. With that, I'm going to let Gay come up. She's going to talk to you a little bit about some comps.
Hi, everybody. Gay Maloney, and Bob didn't say it, but former president of Martin's Landing. What were the main purpose of why we want you here today is the usage. How do you see this being used? And I'm coming to you with 40 years of real estate experience, and what I'm showing you is what is on the market today and what other subdivisions are doing to attract buyers. And that's what this whole thing is. So there are two ways of how you can use this, and I'm showing you this Harmony on the Lakes. We can go to the next slide. Harmony on the Lakes and Sterling on the Lake are one of many subdivisions that also have lakes, also have trails. But they also are offering basketball, sports arenas, children's playgrounds with elaborate slides, and clubhouses. Right now, during economic times, they've cut from a full-time director down to a part-time director. But people are looking for lifestyle. We bring up about the economy. People are wanting to participate in events within their subdivision to save on gas and also be a part of a larger community. Ours is so large that we don't even know half of our neighbors. And this is a way to unite this. Now, this clubhouse here is called the Lodge. It's these folks right here, they have 1,600 homeowners. So I was trying to pick out two selections of subdivisions that were similar in size to ours and similar in price to ours that would sell $300,000, $400,000, maybe $500,000. And that's what this answered. This had 2,000 square feet meeting room. They had a game room. They had an office, a full kitchen, a lot of fitness room. I'm seeing a lot of fitness rooms in these clubhouses. And we're not suggesting that. I'm just saying what they're offering. Library, they all have wraparound porches and 2 fireplaces, 1 outside. Very similar to what we're proposing with the outdoor fireplace in the bottom of the clubhouse. Okay, we can go on. This is the activities. They have a bandstand, they have boat dock, they have amphitheater, water park, adult pool, racket club, children's play area. So, you know, nothing shirking on what we could or could not offer as well. Next slide. Okay, this one kind of got sliced in here. This is Laurel Canyon. I don't know, these resolutions are rather blurred, but popping up now, I mean, with maybe 20 or more communities, very, very popular, over 55 communities. I've heard said in here, oh, we're retired. We don't use these amenities. And I'm saying to you to put back on your thinking cap, because when you retire, you're looking for things to do with like-minded people. And you're saying, okay, I want to get together on a daily basis. I want to walk down. Next slide. That's the back of their clubhouse. Next slide. They have poker, they have bridge, billiards, men's breakfast. Men's breakfast seems to be very popular. Computer clubs, book clubs, chess clubs, cooking classes. And you see they've got the billiard room here. I will say in this community that I failed to show, they also have a huge, huge community garden that they all participate in. This is Grand Cascade. Next slide. They've got trails along the river, heated swim pool, sports bar, 2 fishing lakes, fitness center. Next one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, next one. Okay, Sterling on the Lake, 185, 6 different communities, 75 acres of lake. Here's what you need to look at for you. Do you see, now, and this is a new question, because while we've had a clubhouse, it has not been a clubhouse you could use. Unless your community, say like North Shore, had a party down there, you didn't go down there. You didn't just walk in it and use it. A lot of these communities now have a swipe key like we do the pool, and you can go in it from, say, 9 to 5 or whatever, swipe your key and sit down, have a cup of coffee with your neighbor, read the paper, watch the river go by, maybe play a bridge game on your own. These would not cost you money. They have exercise classes, $5 a pop. They don't need a director there. You just go in with your group. A lot of these don't need a full-time director. They don't even need a part-time director. Some of these have volunteers to do some of them. You know, so that's an option, and I don't think we need to be getting into that in this discussion period. The main thing you need to do when you fill out the survey is, how would you like to use it? Is this something that you would like to be able to use on a daily basis? Let's go to the next slide. There's Sterling on the, they even have quite a bit of home theaters. Like they have movie nights and whatever. right down the street from us, we have Sentinel on the river, and they have groups of 10 couples or 20 couples. They all chip in $10, and they all bring their own dish and watch a big football game. It's not a big deal. It's something that they can use together. Okay, they have a children's 2-story tree house. How fun is that? It's a big one, too. Walking trails, bike trails, infinity pool. Okay, next slide. All right, here's a clubhouse. Our first option that we talked about is about 2,500 square feet of usage. And this gives you an idea of what that would look like. Next slide. That's the back of it with the porches. Next slide. You can't see it too well, but this clubhouse, and I'm showing this is simply used not for daily usage. There's no couches, there's no game tables, there's nothing of that nature. There's no billiard room, there's no ping pong, there's no anything. It is simply used to rent out, just like we have done at the River Club in the past. So there are those people, there's a category A, that absolutely cannot see any usage of the trails, the pools, the tennis courts, a clubhouse, and that's okay. That's fine. You don't want to use it. That's fine. Another 2 category would be, just rent the thing out. And then if our subdivision needs it, we'll go there. And that's all we need. The 3rd category would say, we want to see a change in lifestyle in the way we interact with our neighbor and have a clubhouse that we're paying for in dues and be able to use it on a daily basis. And there's nothing wrong with any of the groups, by the way. So there's no argument there. But that's what we're asking you to do, because as the committee and as the board, how in the world can you design a space if you don't know how you want to use it? How many couches do you put in? How many card tables do you put in? What kind of usage do you want? I mean, do you want a rollaway ping pong table that the kids can come in and play in? And the bottom level usage, we're thinking of that as more 9-month usage rather than just the pool usage, where you can come and grill out, have picnics with your family, have the screens pulled down like they do at restaurants that keep out some of the chill. A usable area, but you don't have to rent out, you don't have to have a big party for. So it's how you want to use it, and that's what we want you to put down to help us and help your board elect the size of how to do it as well. But the main thing is the usage. Okay. I'm done. Oh yeah, sorry, that's a kitchen area. And a bathroom area, okay.
Thank you, Gay. So that gives us an idea of what some of our neighbors around the metro area and Roswell area are doing. We're going to have a slight change in the agenda. We're going to go ahead and have folks who would like to ask questions and make comments line up over here at this microphone stand, one at a time. And after we've had about 45 minutes or so, an hour of questions and answers, then we're going to hand out a survey.
We're going to go ahead and start with the questions and answers, so if you want to line up over here, you may. But I do think we owe some appreciation to the people who have put all of this together.